chapter 9, verses 16. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me.
Okay, so right here, this is Paul preaching, and he says, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. You know what I'm saying? Meaning he doesn't have a wealth of abundance in material things. You know what I'm saying? But let's see, we have the glory of. He says, for necessity is laid upon me, because he's called to do this by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We servants of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? This job not glorious. You know what I'm saying? It's for his glory. You know what I'm saying? But this job is to save souls. This is a serious, deadly game between our accuser, Satan, and the Most High. You know what I'm saying? This is a game. Life is a game. It is a test. Believe it. But it's a deadly, and it's for keeps. It's finite. It's over with. It's going to be a wrap for your soul. And then your finite going to turn into infinity because you're going to be punished and tormented forever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the devil is trying to deceive you so that he can physically kill you, because you got to physically die before your soul can die over and over again in eternity. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing glorious about this. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, continue.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 17. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Verily that, when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Christ without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel.
So right here, Paul says, what is my reward then? He says, verily that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Christ without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. So this message is supposed to be given freely. You know what I'm saying? That's his reward. You know what I'm saying? His reward is that he's doing this, you know what I'm saying, out of the love in his heart to save people's souls that don't even know that they need it. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be his reward, not no $50,000 Cadillac and a 35,000 square foot house and a TV contract on TVN. You know what I'm saying? That's not supposed to be a reward. And I wanna point out another thing too. He said in chapter 16, he said, for necessity is laid upon me. Woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. This is why I do this, because when you read this book, some of the prophets, when they was called, they did not want to preach the message because they understood what comes along with this. Like, I understand harsher judgment come along with this. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I would tell people about the Bible, over the course of a couple of years, about 5 different people was telling me, you should preach the word. And me having some sort of wisdom, I know that the Most High ain't going to come down here or come to me in a dream like he should probably be like my son. Go out there and preach the word. But if 5 different people telling me you should preach this word, that's the Most High's way of telling me start preaching my word. Everybody don't have understanding or can explain the word or articulate and express themselves. So since I can, even though I really don't want that harsher judgment, because I'm flawed myself, you know what I'm saying? And because I had a Holy Spirit, it made me magnify my own, it made me look to myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that the Most High is not grading on the curve, even though we're not supposed to be perfect. You got to keep tightening up and improving yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why Paul said, let us press towards the goal. You know what I'm saying? Not stay in the same spot, because Satan is moving and getting better with his evil. So you need to keep it moving and strengthen your soul in the Most High's righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he said, you know what I'm saying, woe unto me. I would be in trouble if I don't preach this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going against what the Most High, it would be a sin. It would be going against what the Most High is telling me to do, which is what this whole Bible is telling us, the Most High is telling us what to do. And people are going to lose their soul for not listening to that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the book of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. Okay, go ahead, read.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, even to hospitality, apt to teach. Not giving to wine, nor striker, nor greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous.
So it says that a bishop, in verse 3 of chapter 3, in the book of Timothy, says, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre. Lucre being the root word in the word lucrative, meaning financially beneficial. You know what I'm saying? So if a person is a bishop, how do you get to $5 million without being greedy? Just tell me. Because I couldn't get past $10,000 in the streets, and I was a drug dealer because I always had a sympathetic heart to people. To be honest, I could have made more money than that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get over. You know what I'm saying? Over the 5-figure lump. You know, so I couldn't make it to you know what I'm saying? 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. I know some drug dealers in the street who got money like that. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't get out of that single digit to 10 because I was always helping other people, not putting a gun to people who owed me money, because only people I would let owe me money is people that I cared for. You know what I'm saying? Now somebody else would bust their head like they somebody else, but I'm not gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? I might not talk to you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be mad over my money. You know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of heart. So it's no wonder why I'm preaching the Most High word now, though. You know what I'm saying? But how do you get to $5 million without being greedy? And you got bishops running around worth $5 million, $10 million. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say $1 million. You know what I'm saying? If you got $1 million, but how you get to 5 and you're not greedy though? You know what I'm saying? How you just explain that to me? You know what I'm saying? Because if I had that much money, that's why people like me don't get that much money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not in Satan's will. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? For a certain part, it may have not been in the Most High's will because that much money would have took me too far away from him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So those are the two options why it wouldn't have happened to me. Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't get it because I wasn't that greedy. I wasn't willing to sell out to Satan. You know what I'm saying? To fight the Most High will that much, whether he wanted me or not, to do those dirty, because it was things that I could have done in the street that just my principles wouldn't let me do. So say, go ahead. So now we're going to go to the book of 1 Titus chapter 1 and 7.
Titus chapter 1 verses 7. For a bishop must be blameless, as a steward of the Most High, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, nor given to filthy lucre.
So again, he's describing what am I looking for? You know what I'm saying? What are the attributes of a man who desires the title to be a bishop? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because this word is not only a man that's well versed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, in the word of the Most High, he's also supposed to be an elder in the church, like he's been doing this for quite some time. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go into what is required of a deacon in the church, and you can see the distinguishment, you know what I'm saying, the difference in those titles and what's required of these men. But they both got something that's required of them that's the same. You know what I'm saying? So again, we see that word filthy lucre. Filthy, like doing dirty things for money. You know what I'm saying? Lucrative. Okay, so now we're going to go to go ahead and say, you said 15?
Now read Titus 1 and 10.
Go ahead.
It says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Okay, it says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of circumcision. Me and Brother Judah, not to lie, we came from a church where the pastor was worth about $5 million. He had a Bentley coupe. You know, I know drug dealers. And I've only seen Bentley coupes on TV, but he had one in his garage. You know what I'm saying? He never drove to church, though, because he felt like people would stop tithing and offering. You know what I'm saying? But this man would always talk about his money at the pulpit in the supposed house of the Most High. He said things like, we can't all be rich like the pastor. You know what I'm saying?
What?
So this man, yeah,